Tonight, we are learning more about one of the three doctors from Madison County caught up in the largest opioid sting in history. Dr. John Cimino does not face drug charges. Instead, the feds say the OB/GYN conspired with a drug marketer to write fake prescriptions and file insurance claims. They say the fraud happened at his doctor's office in downtown Huntsville off Low Avenue and at the marketer's home in Owens Crossroads. WAAY 31's Sydney Martin has details now about that indictment and other accusations against Cimino.
Federal investigators accuse both Dr. John Cimino and Catherine Barnett of defrauding TRICARE from 2014 until 2016. TRICARE is the Department of Defense military health system that pays for medical treatments and supplies. A federal complaint filed this week explains in part, Dr. Cimino instructed employees to specifically target TRICARE beneficiaries because TRICARE reimbursed at a higher rate than other insurance companies. According to the complaint, the scheme started after Barnett offered to pay the doctor and his employees for each compound medication prescription they wrote, which was billed to TRICARE. Compound drugs are not approved by the FDA and are tailored specifically to the needs of an individual if they have an allergy. The prescription might sound costly, but Cimino instructed at least one employee to tell patients that the company would, quote, waive any copay so that there would be no cost to the patient for obtaining compound medications. This induced many patients to agree to medications. The complaint states Barnett offered one of Cimino's former employees $50 per prescription. That's not all WAAY 31 uncovered about the two. The two ended up making more than $300,000 off the scheme. We found a civil lawsuit filed against Cimino by a former patient who claims he overprescribed her opioids and got her addicted. She also claims he ordered prescriptions to his office with her name and insurance attached. The lawsuit said, quote, John P. Cimino and Center for Women's Health Care fraudulently suppressed from their patient plaintiff that they were using her name to order shipments for drugs and substances to their office for the use of other patients. The suit says the former patient was, quote, contacted by a governmental agency for investigation into this conduct. It's unclear if the 2016 civil suit, which was ultimately dropped, is connected to this week's indictment. The U.S. Department of Justice says if Cimino or Barnett are convicted, they face up to 10 years for each fraud charge in a federal prison. In Huntsville, Sydney Martin, WAAY 31 News.
We've reached out to the attorney to find out why the 2016 civil suit was dropped or if a settlement was paid. We're waiting to hear back. We did learn Dr. Cimino does not practice in Huntsville anymore, but does work in Talladega. It'll be up to the Alabama Medical Board if the doctor is able to keep his license.